We thank you for coming today to the state capitol. And I want to shape the framework of why we are here. First and foremost, I would like to thank the pastors from across this state, from as far as the Outer Banks to the mountains of Asheville, who have come to stand and to speak on this morning. We're here to debunk and dispel the fallacious ideologies that many have attached to HB2, which is simply common sense legislation. Our president and our Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, they've made some inflammatory comments and statements that are erroneous at best. A person's ability to self-identify as something that they are not has nothing to do with civil rights. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. But in our modern context, we must define what justice means and what injustice means. It was an injustice in 1898 in Wilmington, North Carolina, when we had our first coup d'etat in our country. That's when the people came in and overthrew the government. And many African Americans were run out of that town. And still to this day, we haven't been able to regain in the city of Wilmington, North Carolina. But I want you to know today that it was an injustice when Jim Crow laws were enacted. It was an injustice for mothers and wives to come home and to see their sons and husbands hung from a tree because they saw someone of the opposite sex and whistled at them. That was an injustice. It's an injustice for blacks not to be allowed to go to the restroom that everyone else could go to during that time. That was an injustice. But it's not an injustice for a person to say that they self-identify as something that they are not, that has nothing to do with the civil rights movement. So we're here today to put that in its proper place and in its right context.